Welcome to this solution video. This is the combination of past NOVDEC exam for private candidates, and I have collected all the questions to practice for upcoming NOVDEC exam. So what you can do is that look at the question, pause the video, do it yourself, and then compare with the process I'm following. So if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up icon and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Let's start with question number 1. If fy is log base 2, let me rewrite this, it is not typed well. Log base 2 y plus 1 minus log base 2 y plus 3, then find the domain of fy. So first let's simplify fy. It will be log base 2 because two logs are subtracting their contents divide. So y plus 1 over y plus 3. Now we have to write domain. What domain means? Normally it is fx, right? A function. It is fy. So we have to write in terms of y the domain. Okay. So for what values is this valid? This particular expression. So any log is not possible to be found for a negative number. So any log should not be less than or equal to 0. It's not possible, right? So let's see from the numerator what will make it negative, from denominator what will make it negative, and what will make it 0. So if y is equal to minus 1 in this, if y is equal to minus 1, won't this whole thing become 0? That means y equal to minus 1 is not part of the domain. Now if I write any number smaller than minus 1, say minus 2, y equal to minus 2. So minus 2 plus 1 will make it negative 1, and minus 2 plus 3 will make it positive. That means this is also not possible. So this gives us a kind of domain that y should be greater than minus 1, right? Yeah. Y should be greater than minus 1 to get a positive number. But let's verify if something is from the denominator also, right? That can also make it negative if it is positive. Suppose y equal to 0. Y equal to 0 makes it positive, right? Does it make it negative? No. So that works. So y equal to greater than minus 1 is working for this denominator as well, because if y is equal to negative 3, the denominator will be negative 3 plus 3 is 0, which will make this undefined. But luckily it is already not part of our domain, this one. Any number more than negative 1 will work with this, so that becomes the domain. So domain is y is greater than, not even equal to, okay, minus 1. If it is equal to, it will be log 0, which is not possible. So this is confirmed as the domain. Now let's see a case when the numerator becomes negative and denominator also becomes negative. That means overall it will be positive, and then log is possible for a positive number. So let's say x is equal to, y is more than less than minus 3. So y is equal to negative 4. So put this here. What will we get? Log base 2 negative 4 plus 1 divided by negative 4 plus 3. So what do we get here? Negative 3 here, negative 3, and negative 1 here, and look, it becomes positive 3. That means y not only has to be greater than minus 1, it is also possible that it is less than minus 3. If it is less than minus 3, both numerator and denominator will be negative and they will cancel out each other, and these two parts become the domain of this function fy. Let's move on to B part, where they're asking us to solve fy equal to 1, and fy is this log base 2 y plus 1 over y plus 3 is equal to 1. Now my first purpose is to remove this log so that we can isolate y. So if I remove log base 2 from the left side, the right side becomes 2 to the power 1. Whatever is base here, that becomes the base, and this 1 becomes the power, which is 2 to the power 1 is 2. So now we can cross multiply. Y plus 1 equal to 2y plus 6. And let's bring 2y here and 1 to the other side. And what will this become? Y minus 2y equal to 6 minus 1. Negative y equal to 5 and y equal to negative 5. That's what we can write. And exactly, it is part of this situation when y is less than negative 3 and it is giving us fy equal to 1. So good, we got this answer as well. Okay, let's see what is question 2 about. Question 2 says 2x square. This 2 is square. So 2x square plus 3x plus 3 is equal to kx minus k. Has real roots. When they say real roots, they means 2 real roots. Okay, they have not written 2, but a quadratic can have 2 roots, right? So 2 real roots. Find the range of the values of k. So when we have 2 real roots, the discriminant b square minus 4ac has to be greater than 0. It has to be positive, right? And that's what we will do. We'll first select ABC here. So first we should collect kx and minus k also to the left side. So let me do it. 2x square plus 3x minus kx, which comes from the right side, plus 3 plus k equal to 0. This negative k becomes positive when it goes left. So now we can select our ABC. A is 2, B will be this, 3 minus k. Both of them have x, so we can write them as 3 minus k x, and this becomes B. This was A. And 3 plus k becomes C, and this is the situation we have to go about. So B square, 3 minus k square minus 4 times A and C has to be greater than 0. So we'll expand this. A minus b whole square, if you know this identity, a minus b whole square is a square plus b square minus 2ab. That's what I'm going to do. 3 square plus k square minus 2 times 3 times k, 2ab, right? And this will be minus 8. 3 plus k remains 3 plus k for the time being. Now this will be 9 plus k square minus 6k minus 24 minus 8k has to be greater than 0. So k square will be written first because it also becomes a quadratic inequality. Minus 6 minus 8 negative 14k minus 15 greater than 0. So whenever you have a quadratic inequality, first you find the roots. Some of you may know how to find roots with the help of calculator. You can do that. What I'm doing, I'm factoring this to find roots. So k square minus 15k plus k minus 15 greater than 0. I broke this into 2 parts. Take k common here. Nothing is common, so 1. So we get k minus 15 common from both, 15 and k plus 1. Greater than 0. So now after this, we should not say that k minus 15 is greater than 0 and this like an equation. It is not an equation, it is inequality. The approach should be different. So the roots from this particular situation, we got k minus 15 equal to 0. For roots, we can make it equal to, okay? Because this is not giving us the solution. So k is 15 is 1 root, k equal to minus 1 is 1 root, and now we will draw a graph with the 2 roots, minus 1 and positive 15. And because the leading coefficient k square is positive, our graph, if we draw a graph with k will be like this, right? And now we can see that we want it to be greater than 0. That means greater than 0 is this part where k is greater than 15, and this part, this axis is not x-axis, it is k-axis, okay, where k is less than -1, and these two become our range of values of k for which this quadratic equation has two real roots. Let's move on to question number 3, and question number 4 comes along. Let's remove it. Okay, the volume of a sphere, okay, sphere means something like a ball, is increased by 6%. The volume of a sphere is increased, not increasing. Calculate corresponding percentage increase in its area. Okay, so suppose this is the radius and the volume of sphere is 4/3 by r cube, and this volume increases by 6%. That means, let's say that volume is V2, which is 1.06, right? This what we said. Okay, let me show you here. 106% over 100. This is 6% increase, right? 100% was already there. 6% more makes it 106%. And if I convert it to decimal, it will be 1.06. That's what I've written here. So it is 1.06% of V sphere, which was original one. Okay, and it will be equal to 4/3 pi r2 cube. Pi is constant, 4/3 is constant, but because the volume has increased, the radius of the new volume will be different, right? And that's what I'm going to do. Why? Because they're saying calculate the corresponding percentage increase in its area. Area means surface area. Let's call it S. Surface area of sphere is 4 pi r square, right? Now S2, the second new surface area, will be 4 pi r2 square. Yes or no? Radius has changed, and that's why I'm going to equate or divide rather. Let me divide. This is equation number 1, this is equation number 2, so that I get relationship between r and r2. So I will divide equation number 2 by equation number 1. So left hand side of the sphere is 1.06 V sphere divided by V sphere equal to right hand side, which is 4/3 pi r2 cube divided by, what is right hand side here, 4/3 pi r cube. And the purpose was to cancel things out, and here V sphere cancels with V sphere, 4/3 cancels with 4/3, pi with pi, and what are we left with? 1.06 equal to r2 cube over r cube. Let's cube root both sides to get rid of cubes, so I have to cube root here as well. So it will become r2 over r equal to cube root of 1.06. Let me find it out. Cube root of 1.06, 1.0196, it equal to 1.0196. And if I cross multiply, what do we get? We get r2 equal to 1.0196 r. So increase in r, though they have not asked, but I'm saying it is like 1.06 was 6%, so 1.0196 will be 1.96%, right? But we don't need this, we need here. So S2 will be 4 pi, and in place of r2 I will write 1.01. There are more digits after this, 1.0196, but I'm not writing them, but in my calculator they are stored. So this is what I have to do, and let's see what do I get. So I get 1.096 square. 1.0396. So S2 is equal to 4 pi 1.0396 r square. Okay, if you look at this, 4 pi r square is original volume of, not volume, surface area of the sphere, and I can write that here. So S2 equal to 1.0396 is this, and 4 pi r square is surface area of the original sphere. That means there is an increase of right, just like 1.06 it is 1.0396, so 3.96%. Have they given any? No, they have not given any, so we can leave our answer like this, 3.96. so multiply this by 100 and then subtract 100 from it, you get 3.96% increase. All right, what next? Question number 4. Question number 4 says, find the equation of the tangent to the curve where y is equal to 1 over x plus 1 when x is equal to 1. Equation of the tangent, and tangent is a line, right? It is, suppose this is the curve, this is tangent, right? So what is common between tangent and the curve? A point where they are touching, one point only, right? At that point, x coordinate they have given as 1. Let's find the y coordinate of that point first, okay? And how can we find that? We'll just find y from here. It is on the curve as well. So y equal to 1 over 1 plus 1, which is half. So the y coordinate is half. This is the point on the tangent, and for equation of any line, in this case tangent, is y minus y1 equal to mx minus x1. x1, y1 are the coordinates of the point on that particular line, and we already know them. So in place of x we write 1. This is general x, no need to replace. This is general y minus half equal to, now gradient is the only one left, and we find gradient by differentiating this particular function. So dy over dx will give us the gradient of the tangent and the curve at the point when x is equal to 1. So to differentiate this, we will have to use quotient rule. In quotient rule, let me write here, what is quotient rule? U over v differentiation is, first we square the new denominator, then write it here as it is and differentiate the numerator, minus, do not differentiate the numerator but differentiate the denominator. This is how it is. So I'm going to square the denominator first. Now we write that denominator what we squared just now and differentiate what is the numerator. Numerator is 1. Differentiation of 1 is 0, minus u, and differentiate the denominator x plus 1. Differentiation of x is 1 and differentiation of 1 is 0, so just 1. What do we get? Minus 1, because this is 0, over x plus 1 square. So gradient at x equal to 1 is equal to minus 1 over negative 1/4. That's the gradient of the tangent, and that's it, the equation. Let's open up. Since there is a denominator, let's multiply whole equation by 4. Half multiplied by 4 is 2. Minus 4 and 4 cancel, so equal to minus x. 4 and 4 cancel, 1. Let's bring these to the other side. X plus 4y, and this plus 1 goes there, becomes minus 1, minus 2, minus 1. This is the equation of the tangent. Moving on to question number 5, which is about probability. Events A and B are such that probability of A is 1/3, probability of B is 1/6, and find the probability of A union, this is union, B if events A and B are mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive means they can't happen together. Okay, so P A union B equal to probability of A, either this will happen, or in case of or we add the probabilities, probability of B, and we have them 1/3 plus 1/6. We want to add these two, so 2 plus 1, 3 out of 6, or half. This is the probability that A or B, that means their union happens. Their intersection will be 0. So union is half. Okay. They are independent. For independent, we know A union B probability is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Okay. So if they are independent, we want to find this. So probability of A we already know 1/3 plus probability of B is 1/6. But now we have to find their intersection because they are independent of each other. Here they were one event, they couldn't happen together, but in B part they are independent happening. That means they happen one after another, so they can happen together. So whenever we have intersection A intersection B probability, that means both are happening. First one is happening, and means multiply, then second is happening, which is 1/18, and we'll subtract 1/18 from this. So we get what? We got this as half minus 1/18. Okay, so 9 and 9. The 9 minus 1 is 8/18, or we can cancel this, 4, 9. So probability of A union B when they are independent is 4/9. Okay, question number 6, which is here. The deviations from the mean of a set of numbers are these. Okay, what deviations mean? That if this is mean, I'm showing you visually, this is mean. Okay, and there is a number, the first number, which is -2, means it is 2 less than the mean. Let's call it y1. The number first data is y1, it is -2. Okay, now the second one is x away from the mean. I'm not sure whether x is negative or positive, but I think it is negative, because this, if I make it, it will be positive, this will be positive, this will be, because they are squares. Okay, they are not 2, they are squares. So let's say that this is x. Suppose here this is x down minus, this is y2 data. Okay, and this is how I will do y3, y4, y5. The mean, if I want to find the mean of these data, is sigma y over n. Yes or no? Total of those data divided by n. That is how we find mean. So what is the first data? First data is mean. Let's say mean is y bar -2. This is first data. Yes or no? Second, y plus x. If it is negative, it will come down. Okay, so y plus x, y mean plus x rather. Mean plus x is second data. Similarly, mean plus x plus 7 is third data, plus y bar, and this is plus x plus rather, not multiply, x plus 2 square plus y bar plus x plus 3 square, right? This is the total sum of all the data divided by number of data. They are 5, right? Now this 5 and this y bar will multiply, we'll get 5y bar equal to y bar plus y bar plus y bar. These are 5y bars, right? And plus we get -2 x plus 7 plus x plus 2 square plus x plus 3 square, and because they are exactly same, they cancel out. Basically this becomes equal to 0, right? And now we can simply get quadratic equation out of them and we'll get it. So minus 2 plus 7 is 5, x plus x is 2x, x plus 2 square, a plus b whole square, that's what we will use. So x square plus 4 plus 4x, x plus 3 square, x square plus 9 plus 6x is equal to 0. X square plus x square is 2x square, 2x plus 4x plus 6x, 12x, 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 9, 18. Okay, let's make it simple by dividing every component of the equation by 2. That's we can do, okay, if they are adding. So 2 and 2 cancel, 6. So x square plus 6x plus 9 equal to 0, and this is again same. Can you see? So it gives us x plus 3 whole square equal to 0, and as expected x is negative 3. I expected it to be negative, then only it was possible, and that's what our value of x is. They are asking us to find the value of x. Okay, let's go to the next question, which is question number 7, and it is here. If the position vector of A and B relative to origin are this, basically position vectors are the vectors which start from origin. Let's say this is O, and here A is 4, 3. The head coordinates of the head of this vector are 4, 3, and the vector is 4, 3. This is how position vector is shown. And let's say this is B here. It will be 5 minus 2 as head of this. Okay, find the angle. Okay, they're saying angle only. So we know that the angle should be tail to tail. So this tail of A and tail of B are meeting here. So this angle we have to find. If it was head to tail, we would have to change, but there is no need here because they're already tail of the two vectors are meeting here. So for that, we write, we use this formula. A vector dot B vector is the magnitude of A, magnitude of B cos A, let's say cos theta, the angle between them, this is theta. All right, and we want, so A dot B will be, let's do that separate, 4, 3 first vector dot 5 minus 2 second vector, and for dot product we just multiply the x component of this with x, which is 20, and 3 minus 2 is minus 6, so 14. 14 is A dot B. Now the magnitude of A will be square root 4 square plus 3 square, which is 16 plus 9, 25, 5. Magnitude of the vector B will be square root 5 square plus minus 2 square, which is 25 plus 4, 29, no square root here. Now we'll use this formula and we'll get the angle. So 14 equal to 5 square root 29 cos theta. Cos theta becomes 14 divided by 5 square root 29. Theta is 40, cos inverse first, cos inverse 14 over 5 square root 29. And let me use my calculator again to find this angle. By the time I do this, I request you to hit that thumbs up icon, to like this video, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be thankful. I'll make many more videos like this for you in future too. Thank you very much. What I got is 58.67. So let me write it as 58.7 degrees. This is the angle between the two vectors. This is question number 8. The diagram shows a uniform rod. This is a rod of mass 2.4 kg. That means its weight downwards will be 2.4 times 10. Yeah, mg, that is weight. Held in equilibrium, that means it is not moving, by means of two strings. Okay, this is string 1, this is string 2, inclined at 25 degrees and 54 degrees horizontal. To the horizontal, calculate the tensions in the strings. Let's say that the tension here is T1 and tension in this direction in the string is T2. Okay, and this system is in equilibrium. So whenever we have tilted forces, we should first resolve them in proper direction, which is vertical and horizontal, because we have a vertical weight downwards. So its component, this tension's component in this direction will be T1 sine 25. Why sine? Because wherever we have angle, that component is always the cos component. T1 cos 25 will be here, and on the opposite side of the force will be sine. Similarly, the angle is here, so the angle, the force in this direction will be T2 cos 54, because 54 degrees angle is here, and its component upwards will be T2 sine 54 by the same reason what we did here. Now we will equate, because it's in equilibrium, right? So equate horizontal forces. If this force was not there, this force would take this rod to the right side. But because they are balancing each other, they have to be equal. T1 cos 25 degrees is equal to T2 cos 54 degrees. So whenever we have such a situation, we should isolate one of them. Let me isolate T1. The T1 becomes T2 cos 54 degrees over cos 25 degrees. Here I am tempted to put the values of cos 54 and cos 25 so that I just get T1 in terms of T2 and a number. But I will avoid this, because if I do that, I will round off the decimals, and that will change my answer a little bit. So I'm keeping it like this. Let's talk about the vertical forces. So equate vertical forces. For vertical forces, we can do this. T1 sine 25 and T2 sine 54. They are the forces upwards, but there is one force downwards, which is 24. Yeah, 2.4 times 10 is 24. And now, since I isolated T1 here, I will replace this T1 here. So in place of T1, I will write T2 cos 54. That's what I got here, divided by cos 25. And now then we have sine 25 plus T2 sine 54 equal to 24. So in this equation we have just T2, and we can find T2 this way. Let me take T2 common from the 2, and I am left with cos 54 over cos 25 times sine 25 from the first term, and second term T2 is out, so sine 54, and now I will get very close number to what I want. I will just put this in my calculator very carefully, and I will get a number. By the time I do this, I would request you to like this video by clicking at that thumbs up icon. Share this video with your friends to prepare for NOVDEC exams, and subscribe to my channel. So what I'm getting here is 1.0831. This is what we can write, equal to 24, and now we can divide both sides by this number. So T2 equal to, because this cancels out, we get 24 divided by 1.0831. We get 22.158. So I can write it as 22.16 Newton. That's the tension in second string here, this one. Now T1, we already know this, so let's find T1 here. Will be T2, which is 22.16 times cos 54 over cos 25 degrees. So multiplied by cos 54 divided by cos 25. 14.37. So 14.37 newtons. So T1 and T2 both got, they asked us calculate the tensions in the string. These are the tensions. Question number 9. Here they are asking to resolve x square plus 1 over x plus 2 cube into partial fractions. So when we want to do such thing, it's a cube, so we write it like this: a over x plus 2, just x plus 2, then b over x plus 2 square, and then c over x plus 2 plus 2 cube. So one single power, one double, and one triple. That's how we divide into 3 parts. So now if I expand the right side, it will be a, the LCM of these 3 is x plus 2 cube, yeah, because it includes both of them. So q will be the only one, but the denominator of this fraction is x plus 2 only. That means to make it x plus 2 cube, we will have to multiply this by x plus 2 square. Similarly, here we have a square, we need one more, so we will multiply it by x plus 2. And c, it has x cube already, so we will not multiply with anything because it is already c over x plus 2 cube. Now we have to find the values of a, b, and c. Before we did this, one thing I forgot to tell you, that we should always see at the degree of the numerator is 2 and degree of denominator is 3. If I expand x plus 2 cube, the highest degree will be cube. So the degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator, so it's okay. What we have done is okay. If it was equal or this was higher, then we would divide first. But since we have done it, it is correct. So now we will do what? We will assume let x equal to negative 2. We are assuming x equal to negative 2, and because the denominators are same, we can ignore denominators. Just look at the numerators. So minus 2 square plus 1 will be the left side. Then, sorry, equal to, then x minus 2 plus 2 will be 0. So this thing, that means this whole thing will become 0. Similarly, this will become 0. So we are left with only c on the right side. So it will be how much? 4 plus 1, 5 equal to c. So we got c already. Now to get others, let's do one. Compare constants. So constant on the left side is 1. Constant on the right side will be 2 square a, so which is 4a. If I expand this fully, I'll get 4 as a constant, and that multiplied by a becomes a constant on the right side. Here it will be 2b and then c. C is a constant itself, right? So C is already known to us 5. So let's bring that to the left side. So 1 minus 5 equal to 4A plus 2B. Negative 4 equal to 4A plus 2B. All parts of this can be divided by 2. So let's do it to make it simple and try to complete it here. So minus 2 on the left side is equal to 2A plus B, and this becomes our an unknown equation. So A and B are okay. Let's compare x square, coefficients of x square. Let's compare coefficients of x square. So x is not the one, x square is the one. What is coefficient of x square on this left side? 1, right? So 1 equal to, what will be the x square in the expansion of x plus 2 square? It will be x square, right? If I expand x plus 2 square, it will be x square plus 4x, right? A square plus b square plus 2ab. That means x square is the element here, and a multiplies with this x square will make it a x square. So the coefficient of x square is a on this part. Here there will be no x square, isn't it? Because we have just x plus 2, so no x square. And c is c, just a constant. That means a is equal to 1, that's it. Let's put this into this equation and we get our b as well. So minus 2 equal to 2 times a. A is 1 now, plus b. So minus 2, and this is also 2. When it goes to the left side becomes minus 2 equal to b. So b becomes negative 4. We got a, b and c. And now we can write our final answer. So the answer of this will be a part answer, which will be, we assumed a over x plus 2. So a is 1. So 1 over x plus 2. Then we have b. B is negative 4. That means we'll have to undo this. Negative 4 over x plus 2 square. And then c is 5. X plus 2 cube. This is the partial fraction. Now let's move on to the b part of the same question, which says the gradient of the curve at xy is 2x minus 3. Gradient. If the minimum value of the curve on the curve is 3, find the equation of the curve. So when they say gradient, gradient is same as dy over dx. They said it is equal to 2x minus 3, general point on xy, right? But specific point they have given is not specific point they have given the minimum value. So dy over dx is the gradient, and if, sorry, there's a minimum value, right? So if it is minimum like this, what is the gradient at minimum point? Gradient is 0. That means this will be equal to 0 at minimum. And this will give us what is the x coordinate at this minimum, just 2x minus 3. So 2x equal to 3, x equal to 3 over 2. So the minimum value is 3. Y coordinate is 3 when x coordinate is 3 over 2. This is what they're trying to say. Now we have to find the equation. So equation will be y equal to something, right? So dy over dx, I'm not writing dx, I'm writing here 2x minus 3 and multiply it by dx. How? This dx goes and multiplies this 2x minus 3, and we will integrate this, and that will give us the equation of the curve. Integration of dy is y. Integration of 2x with respect to x is 2x square over 2 minus 3x. Yeah, integration of minus 3 is minus 3x and plus c. This will be the equation of the curve, but we have to evaluate c. And how can we evaluate? We will just substitute this point and we'll get the value of c. So y in this point is 3. So 3 equal to 2 and 2 cancel, or 3 over 2 square minus 3 over 2 plus c. So let's bring them here. So 3 minus this 3 over 2 square is 9 over 4. This 3 times 3 is 9 over 2, so it will become plus 9 over 2, and which is equal to c, and we'll get this now. So if I take 4 as LCM of these, so it will be 12 here, minus 9 and plus 18, yeah, equal to c. So 12 minus 9 is 3, 3 plus 18 is 21 over 4, c equal to 21 over 4, and we got our equation, which was somewhat this, but we'll substitute c now. Y is equal to x square minus 3x plus 21 over, and to little simplify this further, we can multiply the whole equation by 4. So it becomes 4y equal to 4x square minus 12x, and in this case this 4 and 4 will cancel. That was the purpose, right? To multiply by 4 only. This becomes the simpler form. I think we can leave it like this. That will be the solution of this question number 9. Okay, question number 10. Question number 10 says if this is a matrix 4 2 C3 and Q is a matrix 6 2 4D and PQ is equal to QP, find C and D. Alright, so we can write PQ first. So P will be 4 2 C3 multiplied by Q 6 2 4 D. So what does this give us? 4 multiplied by 6 is 24. 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. Then again 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. 4 multiplied by D is 4D. Now C multiplied by 6 is 6C, and 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. Now C multiplied by 2 is 2C, 3 multiplied by D is 3D. This is PQ. So let's say what is QP? 6 2 4 D, and then we have 4 2 C and 3. By same process, 6 multiplied by 4 is 24. 2 multiplied by C is 2C. 6 multiplied by 2 is 12. 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. 4 times 4 is 16. D times C is CD. Then we have 4 times 2, 8. D times 3 is 3D. And they said that both of them are equal. These two are equal. So we can see if we can get something here. 24 plus 8 is 32 on the first row, first column, and same 24 plus 2C. It will be equal to 24 plus 2C, and now we can simplify this. 24 comes here, it becomes 32 minus 24, 8 equal to 2C, so C is equal to 4. So 12.6 is 18 equal to 8 plus 4D. Okay, let's confirm once that I've not made any mistakes. 6 times 2 is 12, 2 times 3 is 6, that's correct. And 4 times 2 is 8, and 2 times D is, oh sorry, yes, this would have given us a wrong answer. So we'll have to confirm it later with others so that it is confirmed that this is the right, it is giving us the right answer. So 18 minus 8 equal to 2D. So 10 equal to 2d. So d is 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So c is 4d is 5, and let's confirm it with the complex one. Let's confirm with this one and this one. First 6c plus 12. So 6c, c times c, 6c, 3 times 4, 12. That's okay. And then we have 16. 4 times 4 is 16, and d times c is cd. That's okay. So let's use this one. 6c. I'm just confirming. I got my answers, but I want to confirm that I've not made any mistake. This should be done in an exam scenario also, so we confirm that your answer is correct. So 6c, c is 4, we just got it, plus 12 equal to 16 plus c is 4 and d is 5. 24 plus 12, 36 equal to 16 plus 20, 36. Yeah, they are exactly same. So yeah, it is working for others. That means these are the answers confirmed. Let's talk about the B, second part. Let's call it B. Okay. Using the trapezium rule with 5 ordinates, calculate the correct to 2 decimal places the approximate value of this. Okay. So first of all, we should know what is D in trapezium rule. 6 minus 2 is how much? 4. So 64. Okay. So I will do from 2 to 3, 1, 3 to 4. They're saying how many? 5. Okay. So 2 to 3 is 1. 3 to 4 is 2. 4 to 5 is 1. And 5 to 6 will be 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as they like it. Okay. According to the trapezium rule, from 2 to 6, dx over x, which can be written as 1 over x dx, will be whatever is the difference between the two consecutive ordinates. That means 4 divided by 4, which is 1. Yeah, 1 is the difference between 2 and 3, 3 and 4. So d divided by 2. Then we have f2. Yeah, this is 2. Then the last one, f6, this 6, plus 2 times remaining 3. Then f4 and then f5. And just substitute the numbers and we'll get it here. Okay, d is 1. Difference between two consecutive ordinates is 1. So 1 over 2. f2 will be 1 over, because fx is 1 over x. Okay, so it will be 1 over 2. f6 1 over 6 plus 2 times what do we have here? f3. f3 is 1 over 3, 1 over 4, 1 over 5. Okay, just put this in your calculator and you'll get your answer, but I'm doing it manually. So 1 over 2 will be half plus 1/6 will be times 3 times 3. So it will be 3 plus 1, 4 over 6 plus 2 times LCM of 3, 4 and 5 is 60, and then we get 20 here, 15, 5 times 12, 60. Okay, 2/3. If I cancel, simplify this, 2 times 20, 35, 47 over 60. So we can cancel this also. Okay, so half times 2/3 plus 47 over 30 times 10 here, times 10, 20 plus 47 is 67. Let's complete it here. Half times 67 over 30. That comes out to be 67 over 60, which will be 1.1 1, 2 units approximately. So the definite integral, this one is equal to 1.12 from 2 to 6. Okay, question number 11. Okay, here question number 11 says the sum to infinity of an exponential sequence GP, geometric progression basically, with a positive common ratio R is positive is 25. Sum to infinity is 25. The sum of the first two terms is 16. So S2, which will be A plus AR, right? First term, second term is 16. Find the fifth term. They are asking us what is the fifth term. Yeah. Okay. So for fifth term, it will be A, the first term, Rn minus 1. So 5 minus 1. That means if we know A and R from the given parts, we'll get it. So let's use this one first. Sum to infinity is equal to A over 1 minus R. That means 25 will be equal to A over 1 minus R. So this gives us A, if I cross multiply this, equal to 25 times 1 minus R. Now, let's use the second one, this, which will be, if I take A common from the two, this A, so it will be 1 plus R equal to 16, correct? I took A common from both. So in place of A, let's write this, 25, 1 minus R, and then we have 1 plus R already here, and equal to 16. Divide this by 25 over 25, and 1 minus R, 1 plus R, if I multiply them, it will be 1 minus R square equal to 16 over 25. Let's bring this 1 to the right side, becomes minus R square equal to 16 over 25 minus 1. So minus R square is equal to minus 16 times, this we can write at 25 over 25. So 16 minus 25 is minus 9 over 25. And now both are negatives, cancel out, and square root. This gives us R equal to 3 over 5 positive, because negative we will not take, this side it's a positive. So R equal to 3/5. So we got R, we can find A now with the help of this one. A equal to 25 times 1 minus 3 over 5. Yeah, 2 over 5. So if I use my calculator, I will get 10, right? 5 and 25 cancel, times 2, 10. So we got A, we got R, and now we have to find U5, which is AR 5 minus 1. So U5 equal to AR 5 minus 1, 4. Okay, just put this in a calculator and you get this. By the time I do this, I would again request you to hit that thumbs up icon and like this video. Also share this video with your friends and subscribe to my channel to motivate me to make many more videos like this for you in future too. What I'm getting here is 162 over 125. That is U5. Sum of the first 4 terms. So S4. This is what they're asking us to find. Formula for S4 is ARN. Is it more than 1? No, it is less than 1. So I'll use the formula 1 minus R to power n divided by 1 minus R, which is equal to 10, 1 minus 3/5 to the power 4 divided by 1 minus 3/5. Put this carefully in your calculator and you'll get 544 over 25. This is the sum of 4 terms. Question number 12 is talking about our table here, and let me mark this with this table: frequency distribution of the ages of workers in a factory. Ages are these and these are their frequencies. This is F. As using an assumed mean of 42. So assumed mean is 42. So for that, let me first find the mean mid value age here, and then I will subtract 42 from this. When we find some assumed mean, it is to reduce the calculations. So first the mid value. So let's call the mid value as X. How do we find mid value? We add the two numbers 15 and 19, 34, and then divide by 2. We get the number which is exactly in middle of the two. 17 is middle of 15 and 19. 15, 17, 19, correct? Similarly 20, 22, 24. So 22 will be the middle value if you don't want to calculate. 25, 27, 29, 27, 32, 37. Can you see a pattern here? 42, then we have 47, 52, 57 and 62, right? Next would be to subtract the assumed mean. This 42 is the assumed mean. We'll subtract from each one of them. So 17 minus 42 is minus 25. Then 22 minus 42 is minus 20. And similarly, it will keep on increasing. Minus 15, minus 10, minus 5, then 0, 5, 10, 15 and 20. Okay, they are not in one line, but they are like this. So you can see the number could have been very big, but it has been reduced by subtracting 42 from it. Normal mean, if I want to say normal mean, it is sigma x over n, or sigma fx over sigma f, right? But in this case, our mean will be sigma, frequency will remain frequency, but we have subtracted 42 from each one, right? Multiplied by sigma f, not multiplied, divided by sigma f. Because we have subtracted 42 from each one, we'll have to add whatever we get, we'll have to add back 42 to the mean. The mean of this data will be something. If we add 42 to 8 to compensate this subtraction, we'll get back the original mean, right? So first let's draw one more column and multiply each frequency with x minus 42, that is minus 25 times minus plus times 5, so it will be minus 125, like this. Second, minus 20 times 22, minus 440, and I will complete the whole table and I will find their sums also. So it came out to be minus 645 over, and sigma f is 235, and this was minus 645, and we have to add 42 to this. So this came out to be minus 2.7446 plus 42, which is equal to 39.255. So 39.26 we can write. This is the mean age. They are asking about the variance as well. So variance, which is sigma square, will be sigma f times x minus 42 square over sigma f minus mean that we get for the sigma x minus 42, not the original one, not this one. We will get for sigma x minus 42 over sigma f square. This sigma x minus 42 over sigma f is this one, which we got as minus 645 over 235. So this is known to us, minus 645 over 235 square. Now this is the one which will challenge us, but we already know sigma f 235. Only thing is that we have to square each x minus 42, and that I'm going to do now. So x minus 42 is here, we have to square. So in this case, square of negative 25 is 625, 400, 225, 100, 25, 0, 25, 100, 225, and 20 square is 400. So each one of these will multiply. This was what I have calculated for each one. Now it will multiply with its frequency. So 5 times 625, that's what it will be. So let me write here 5 times 625 plus. Okay, so I finished it, and there was not much space to write it. I could have just written the things here, like 25, 625 times 5 here. So 3125, this would become f times x minus 42. Yeah, this is what I could have done here, but I've done it manually here. When I added them, if I add all of these, which is 31,825, this is what I got. Then we have divided by 235 minus 645 over 235 square, and let's put this in a calculator. I've done that in background already, so I got 127.89. that is the variance of this data. Little complicated, but if you know the logic why we do this, it would be easy. Okay, let's move on to question number 13. So question number 13 says a fair coin is tossed 4 times. Calculate the probability of obtaining at least one head, at least. So 4 times it was tossed, we want at least one head. That means it can be head and other 3 tails. Any one of these 4 tries could be head. Okay, that is one case, but it is actually times 4. Then we have 2 heads is also possible, then 2 tails, and these 2 heads can be anywhere in this, which will be 4C2, right? Then we can have head, head, head and tail, and then we can do something like this. The tail can take any place here, so it will be times 4. Too complicated, isn't it? How about this? If we want at least one head, that means we do not want this case. T, 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 T. This is the case we don't want. Just subtract it from 1, the probability of this from 1, and we get our answer. There's no need to do all this stuff. Though that will give you the same answer what I will get here. So will be getting this 1 minus probability of tail, first tail will be a fair coin. It's a fair coin, right? Half, second tail half, third tail half, fourth tail half. So it comes out to be 1 minus 1 over 16, which is 15 over 16. This is the answer of part A. B, equal number of heads and tails, and this we have already done, 2 heads and 2 tails. So head, head Probability of head and probability of head, then probability of tail, but the positioning of head and tail may change, which will be 4C2, and 4C2 is 6. So we get here 6 out of 16, which is 3 out of 8. Okay. Next, the probabilities that Sunny, Kalu and Tato will hit the target are 3/4, 2, okay, so let's call it part C, respectively. If all the three men shoot once, what is the probability that the target will hit only once? That means two of them will fail and one of them will succeed. So let's say that probability that what is the first one? Sunny, it succeeds but other two fail. So we'll get P Kalu prime. That means he fails, and Tato prime. This can be the case. Or Sunny fails but Kalu succeeds and Tato also fails. Third case could be that Sunny fails, Kalu fails, but Tato succeeds. These are the three cases which we will interpret into their probabilities. What will that be? Probability that Sunny passes is 3/4, right? He succeeds in hitting the target, but Kalu doesn't. 2/5 is his chance, so we'll write 1 minus 2/5 multiplied by Tato, 1 minus 1/3. Similarly, this one, 1 minus 3/4 times 2/5 times 1 minus 1/3, and this one, 1 minus 3/4, 1 minus 2/5 and 2/3, 1/3 rather, 1/3. Okay, so let me write the values one by one. 3/4 is 3/4, this will be 3/5, this will be 2/3. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 2 is 18, 4 times 5, 20 times 3, 60. Now here, this will be 1/4. Then we have 2/5, and here it will be 2/3. So 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 is 4 out of 60. This will be 1/4, this will be 3/5, and this is 1/3. Okay, so 1 times 3 times 1 is 3 out of 60, and we will add them because either this situation will happen or this, or this. When or happens, that means we'll have to add the probabilities, and the probabilities will be 18 plus 4, 22 plus 3, 25 over 60 divided by 5. Answer is 5 over 12. What's next? Next is question 15. Okay, question 14 rather. The positive vectors of 2 points P and R are position vectors are these and this. Okay, so position vector, we did one question earlier as well. From origin, it is 4i minus 2j. That means if this is P, its coordinate becomes 4 minus 2. R is 2i plus 3j, so it becomes 2, 3. All right. Find 3p minus 2r, the vector 3p minus 2r. So A part, 3p, p is 4i minus 2j minus 2r, r is 2i plus 3j. So it becomes 12i minus 6j minus 4i minus 6j. So what do we get? 12i minus 4i is 8i minus 6 minus 12j. That's what it is. The value of the scalars m and n such that 8i plus 8j is mp. Okay. So B part, 8i plus 8j equal to m P is 4i minus 2j, and N, R is 2i plus 3j. So what does this become? 8i plus 8j equal to 4mi minus 2mj plus 2ni plus 3nj. One thing we should be very clear that I is in x direction. This is I vector. J is in y direction. No matter what we multiply this I with, it will never go in the direction of j, because direction doesn't change by multiplying by a scalar. What that means that this 8i will be the sum of 4mi and 2ni. That becomes one simultaneous equation. So 8 equal to 4m plus 2n. I am ignoring because the direction is same for all. Let me divide all of them by 2 to make it simpler. So 4 equal to 2m plus n. This is equation number 1. Similarly, for j also we will make the similar equation. 8 equal to j minus 2m and plus 3n. We can't simplify this one. Okay, this is equation number 2. Now we can use elimination method for this. Let's 2m. Okay, we can write here. Just write number 1 under number 2 equal to 2m plus n, and add the two equation. Add, why? Because they have opposite signs already, so we don't have to subtract. They cancel out. 12 equal to 4n, so divide by 4, n is equal to 3. And we can find m through which equation? Let's use this equation. Okay, so I will complete it here. 4 equal to 2m plus n. N is 3 now. 3 goes to the other side. 4 minus 3 equal to 2m. So 1 equal to 2m, and that gives us m equal to half. So we got m equal to half, n equal to 3. Okay, the cosine of the acute angle between PR, leaving the answer in third form. Okay, so the cosine of the acute angle. Okay, cos theta, not theta. They don't want angle. They want cosine of angle. So cos theta is P, in this case P and R, right? So P dot R divided by absolute P, magnitude of P and magnitude of R. This is what dot product says, right? So let's find dot product first. P dot R. What is the first vector? 4i minus 2j. 4i minus 2j. Yeah. Okay. Dot 2i plus 3j. So for dot product, we just multiply the coefficients of I with I. So 4 times 2 is 8. Minus 2 times 3 is minus 6, which is 2. So here cos theta equal to 2 divided by. Now we want the magnitude of P. This vector, which will be square root 4 square plus minus 2 square, which is 16 plus 4, 20. Square root 20. Now we need R. The magnitude of R will be 2 square plus 3 square, which is 4 plus 9, 13. Square root 13. And now we will substitute absolute P, magnitude of P is square root 20 and square root 13, which is 2 divided by square root 260. What are they saying? Cosine acute angle, leaving the answer in third form. When we want a third form, it is not okay to leave the denominator as third. So we should multiply by square root 260 and 260 up and down to rationalize the denominator. So now the denominator becomes 260 and 2 square root 260. What I get is square root 65 over 65. This is cos theta, cosine of the angle. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is the last of this paper. PQRS is a square. Calculate the magnitude and direction of the resultant of the forces 5 Newton acting along PQ. So PQRS, let's do P, Q, R and S. So 5 Newton acting along PQ. This is 5 Newton. 3 square root 2 Newton PR in this direction. This is 45 degree, right? In a square, diagonal makes 45 degrees to do each side. So it will be 3 square root 2 Newtons in this direction. Okay. And 3 Newton PS, PQRS, this one is 3 Newtons. Okay. Find the resultant force, right? Resultant forces. Okay. So let me draw this better way here. So we have a force upwards, which is 5 Newton. We have a force in this direction, which is 3 square root 2 Newtons. And this angle is 45 degrees. And we have one force in this direction, which is 3 Newton. Okay, and we have to find their resultant. Okay, so let's write their components first. Okay, vertical and horizontal components. 5 Newton is already vertical, so no need to change this. 3 Newton is horizontal, do not change this. Only change 3 square root 2 to its components. So because 45 degrees is here, let's write this one as 3 square root 2 cos 45 degrees. And why? Reason I have given in one of the previous questions. This will be 3 square root 2 sine 45 degrees. Okay. So now we have vertical. Let's say vertical force is resultant force rather. Resultant force. So vertically we have these two forces. 5 Newton is upwards and 3 square root 2 cos 45 is also upwards. So they will add up. So let's simplify this. 5 plus 3 square root 2 and cos 45 is square root 2 over 2. That's cos 45 degrees. So square root 2 times square root 2 is complete 2. That means this 2 and this 2 cancel. We are left with 8 Newton and that too upwards. Let's talk about the horizontal force. Horizontal resultant force. Horizontal, again this 3 Newton is towards right and the other one is also towards right. 3 square root 2 sine 45. Both to the right, so they will add up. So 3 plus 3 square root 2 times 1 over, not 1 square root 2 over 2, same. Cos 45 and sine 45 have same value. So again square root 2 and square root 2 will cancel with complete 2. We get 6 Newton and that to the right side. Once we know the resultants, we can just draw them. 8 Newton upwards. From the head of 8 Newton, 6 Newton to the right side, and this is going to be the overall resultant. This one. This is the overall resultant. What are they saying? Calculate the magnitude and direction of the resultant of 5 Newtons. So this is the one. So by Pythagorean theorem, R will be square root 8 square plus 6 square, right? 64 plus 36, 100, square root 100, which is 10 Newtons. That's the magnitude. Okay, now we need the direction. For direction, we can find this angle. Let's call this angle theta. And according to the trigonometric ratios, what is that? We can use tan. Yeah, tan theta equal to 6 over 8, opposite over adjacent. Theta equal to tan inverse 6 over 8. Let's see what is it equal to. Tan inverse 6 over 8. I get 36.869. Let's say 36.87 degrees. So you can write the magnitude of R is 10 Newton, direction is 37.87 degrees to the upper direction, which is 5 Newton, right? To the right of 5 Newton force. We should always have a reference for the direction. Okay, they have not said east, west, north, south, so we can't use it. We can't use bearing in this. All right, B part. A book of mass 0.8 kg is placed on a plane inclined at 30 degrees. Okay, so this is a book. Let me show that book by a point. Its mass is 0.8 kgs. That means the weight will be 0.8 times 10. It is on an inclined plane. The inclined plane is inclined at 30 degrees. Okay. Find the frictional force if the book does not slide. Okay. What will make this book slide down? It will be the component of the weight which will make it slide down, and that will be 8 sine 30 degrees. That force will be responsible. But they're saying it does not slide. That means frictional force F will be so strong that it will be equal to or more than this, so that this book does not slide, right? But we will make them equal to assume that it is on the point of sliding. So they're saying find the frictional force, right? So we can find frictional force in this case. So let me have some space. F equal to 8 sine 30 degrees, which is 8 sine 30 is half, which is 4 Newton. That's the force with which the friction will stop it. Okay. Slides with an acceleration of 1.2 meters per second. Now the second situation, that the book slides down with an acceleration of 1.2 meters per second square. So the force, net force, F net, is the one which will be responsible for it to slide down, which is equal to m times a. M is 0.8 they have given, acceleration 1.2 they have given, right? But this F net will be resultant of this and frictional force, right? It is sliding down, means this force is stronger and friction is lesser. So F net is also equal to 8 sine 30 minus frictional force. Okay, so F net is 0.8 times 1.2. This we already got. 8 sine 30 was 4 newtons minus F. So now we'll bring F to the left side, and this 12 times 8 is 96, so 0.96 will be this. So it will be F on the left side equal to 4 is already here, and 0.96 is 0.8 times 1, 2. Answer will be 3.04 Newton. This will be the frictional force, of course lesser than 8 sine 30. That's why it is sliding down. And that concludes these 15 questions of this exam. I wish you all the best for NOVDEC exams, or even if you are watching this video for May, June exams. So I hope you liked it. If you did, please click on that thumbs up icon and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.